Okay, we're back on the record at 2:43 p.m. Detective Paul, you have another interview that you want to play.
Yes, ma'am. We're going to change it just a little bit. Our next interview is going to be an interview with Detective Michael Knowles. It was conducted on March the 16th by Louisville Metro Police Department's Public Integrity Unit, and interviewers are Sergeant Amanda Seeley and Sergeant Jason Nance.
This is Amanda Seeley of the Louisville Metro Police Department's Public Integrity Unit. Today's date is Monday, March the 16th, 2020. The time is 13:09. We are present at 3672 Taylor Boulevard in the Public Integrity Office. This will be a recorded statement from Officer Michael Noble. The statement is in reference to PIU case number 20-019. Present with me is Officer Mike. Is it Michael or Mike?
Legal name is Michael.
Nobles, with no attorney, and Sergeant Jason Banks of the Public Integrity Unit. Officer, are you aware this stand is being video and audio taped?
Yes.
Does this speak with your approval?
Yes.
Please state your full name and spell your last name.
Michael Nobles, MD, alias
What is your code number?
7668.
And where are you currently assigned?
CID.
And how long have you been with that unit?
Yes. Well, I just merged into CID from narcotics, so early 2017.
And how long have you been on the department?
2006, 14 years.
Are you under the influence of alcohol, drugs, or any other intoxicants at this time?
No.
Are you taking any kind of medication that would affect your judgment or your ability to think clearly?
No.
We're here to talk about the incident that occurred on Friday, March 13th, 2020. Did you sustain any injuries during this situation?
Just some scrapes on my knees.
See as you take photographs of you.
Yes.
You received medical treatment.
No.
What type of uniform or clothing were you wearing at the time of this incident?
Black t-shirt, gray pants, blue and white shoes, a hat I'm currently wearing, and then a tank vest. The tank vest that was issued to us with the hard plates in it.
Does it say police on that
Yes,
vest?
front and back.
Tank vest with hard plates.
Yes, radio up to the front.
Is the police, is it like a Velcro, or is it in the vest?
Yes.
You said blue and white shoes, correct? And then the hat you have on now. It's black. Do you have the same uniform or clothing on right now?
No.
Except the hat. Because of the statutory requirements of KRS 15.520, I am obligated to advise you that this is a criminal investigation, not an administrative investigation. However, you are not the subject of this investigation. Knowing this, are you still willing to give us a statement at this time?
Yes.
So we're here for the incident that occurred with the officer-involved shooting on Friday, March 13th at 3003 Springfield Drive, apartment number 4. Your involvement in this incident.
Yes. Starting on the day we were asked by Sergeant Meany to assist with several warrants. The new unit, place-based investigations unit, they needed assistance. Whoever signed up for it got it. There was several CID detectives. Now when we got to the CID office, that's where we learned where we were going to be at. And on the board, they had myself and other detectives on 3003 Springfield warrant. Sergeant Manley, myself, Tony James, Mike Campbell, which he was the I, Miles Cosgrove, Brett Hankinson, and Lieutenant Sean Hoover.
So did you all meet? Like,
Well, we
Thursday?
briefed at the office around 11 Thursday night, and then we met. We all rendezvoused behind a church. I'm not sure what church it was. We met back there where EMS was staged. It was right. It was off Mansley. Next door we ever seen him was church. I don't know what church it was. We all met back there, and we waited for. We were told not to go to Springfield until SWAT began an approach on the telephone block I did. So I think it was around 12:15 we got the call that SWAT was in the area, and that's when we started moving. We all drove separate up there. I think there's only 5 cars. Maybe somebody might have chipped in somebody, but I drove myself. Sergeant Allen drove himself. Brett he was alone. Miles was alone. And we just caravanned in Springfield. Followed Sergeant Allen's lead car going in. And we all stopped short of the target house. I was the ram. I was to utilize the ram if they didn't answer the door. Tactically approached the apartment from the sidewalk. Once we got down to the door, I knocked several times, announced the police. I knocked and started around and knocked. I was on the, if you're looking at the door, I was to the right of it, closest to the door handle, just in case they had to reach it. John was on the opposite side, so we were both knocking. We knocked so much that the neighbor came out and told us we were in, leave the girl alone or something. But I was too busy trying to get the attention because I could hear somebody inside.
What's their name?
Somebody upstairs.
Oh, upstairs, you work directly above them?
Yeah, I never even took my eyes off his door. I just know that whoever, I think Sean made contact with him and said, please go back inside. And he didn't. I guess he ended up going back inside. Once they quit contact with him, because it was a good, I would say 1 or 2 minutes of me knocking on the door saying police, and I could hear somebody inside. I kept telling her, I can hear her. And we knew who the target was. We were told at the brief who the target was. And we were told that it shouldn't be a problem. It was supposed to be her and her kid. Maybe her and a small child there. So that's why we decided to not. It was a no-knock warrant, but we wanted to give time just because we've done this before with little kids. And you could hear movement, but there was no answer. So John and I decided, let's go ahead and hit it. John hit the door, announced police several times. The first hit, I hit the door handle. The second hit, I jarred the door partially open. It was still connected to the frame. The third hit, I knocked it completely off the frame. As soon as I hit the door, went across the threshold, and I couldn't see him. It was pitch black.
You did?
I hit the door, I went in.
Okay, so that your inertia kind of brought you in?
Yeah, so the door went. So when I went in, it was pitch black. But, when you're in the ramp, you get out of the way. So hit it, and then I shot back out and went against the wall, and the next thing I see John take over. I didn't hear anything. I just looked, and he yelled, he screamed, and he just looked at me and said, I'm shot. And he was the guy, he was like, I think I'm shot or something. And he went down, and I could see blood immediately just coming out of his leg. And then I think he took a couple more shots. He was aiming at something in the door, and he took a couple more shots inside. And trying to get out there. There was a staircase that was coming down, and I had to ram because it had, it's immediately when that door opened, the shot came out. Like as soon as I got out of the way, I was like, he got hit. And I've been there before, so it was like I was stuck in mud. I turned around and tried to take off, and there was a satellite. I think there's a satellite right there on the bottom underneath the steps. And I was trying to get away because all I heard was gunfire. I had no idea if it was coming. I don't know who was shooting. I thought somebody was inside just letting it out through the door, and I didn't want to. I kind of and see everybody get shot because they were just stuck in a corner. There was no exit for them. And when I turned, I was on my knees. You know, I ran right into that satellite, and then there was a break. And when that break happened, everybody just took off. Ran up to the parking lot, John Hopper after he fell. I remember him falling. And we drug him to the other side of the car that was in the parking lot. There was I think it was a Toyota Sequoia. And we drug him around the other side. And I'd taken his radio or somebody's radio. I had 2 radios in my hand. One was on SWAT, and one that we had put on channel 2. I don't know what channel I was on. I was just trying to get somebody's attention. It seemed like nobody's answering the radio. And Joe was talking, and you know, he would like stare off, and I'd be over there hitting him, like talk to him, and he kept saying something. And he was being John. He's like, I think he said something, man, it's funny, when Daryl got shot, he sold his house, and I sold my house today too. Don't worry about that, we'll be all right. Sean, I guess I thought that they had put a tourniquet on him. They did, but John was saying it's not tight enough, so I got down there and grabbed it. There was Tony James and Sean Hoover, and I was on the radio. I was telling him I was going to call Nikki because he was like, he was on his phone. He was trying to get over Nikki by laying there while they were working on his leg, and he said it's not tight enough, so I took it from Sean. And I was pulling him. I was like, man, this is an old ass tourniquet. This ain't anything you should have. Well, it ended up being Sean's bed. It was all like slippery. So and then the 3rd Division guy showed up. He stuck the gate. And once I saw him, I kind of was ran. I was trying to get his attention. He was screaming at him, ran the gate. And it was pretty cool. So he ran that gate, and it was like, all right, I'm gonna get him out of here. I thought we were going to come to the police car, but the guy that showed up, he had no money. He had some equipment that we needed. Tony had his tourniquet. I think we did a quick clock patch, and Mom's Costco's car was right there. So I said, let's put him in the back seat. I put him in the trunk. I put him on top of the trunk. I got in the driver's seat of Mom's car. And Sean and Miles or somebody picked John up in the trunk. And I drove down to the broken gate. Sean was running in the car. Old John in the car. And Sean picked him up. Walking to the gate for the and I backed out my truck and followed the longest route to the hospital I've ever been on.
Can we go through the stack? So I'm just going to draw this out so I want to make sure I'm just going to draw we'll call this. So
there's a door here and a door here.
Right. This is apartment 3, 2. There's another there too. So you're standing, if you're looking at the door, you're standing to the right of the door. Okay. Is John standing on the side of the side? Is there anyone behind John?
Yeah, but I couldn't tell you. And then you're making this look like a lot of room.
It's not room. No, it's probably 20 feet.
It seemed like it wasn't much wider than this one.
It's wider, but it's about 20 feet.
When we got my camera stand, it makes it a little short. But there was a lot of men.
Right. Was there anyone behind you? No. So you were on this side by yourself. So the stack would have been on John's side. Okay.
It had occurred. And Brett was back here because like after the second hit, he was like, get that door open. Because I remember him being right around here. With John, Miles, and Tony. Tony was close because Tony had a shield.
And
Hoover and Brett and Noel back here because they were the ones that were contacting this guy.
okay, but they would have been standing like,
Well,
towards the
I
side
mean,
a little better, right?
Yeah, but we didn't exactly like, okay guys, get lined up, we're gonna hit it. It was after Sean had got that guy, because that guy had some words, I guess. He got upset that, you weren't talking about that or something like that. I could hear him start
Upstairs there. So was Campbell behind him? Was he hurt by it?
You said Tony had the shield.
So,
But I, like honestly, I didn't look around and see the line. I just remember when I looked up, when I hit and that door opened, as soon as that door flew open, and it was like John got ready to go in, and it was, and I just remember bending over. It was like a quick, it was shot, and then he looked up, saw him, and he just started shooting.
so you watched never across the threshold, other than like initially maybe some of your upper, like your arm.
Yeah, the ram.
Because the ram.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the dark. I can see the dark, and I heard like a female say something, but I don't know if it was that. I couldn't tell you what she said.
But you heard females.
I heard a female inside before we even hit the door.
Do you remember what she said? Was her conversation?
No, it's just like I just heard a female voice because I told John I said I hear somebody. I was wondering if she was coming up to like the peephole, looking or not.
So, understandably, after it happens, clearly you're not going to take, account of everybody's position that, at some point that he described that your feet feel like they're in mud and you're trying to get away.
Well, there's a staircase right here.
Right, the staircase. So you had to.
So when I turned around, like to get the hell out of there, I ran straight into. I think there was like a direct TV thing right here. I remember running into it, and there was like a little bitty moment of no shots. It was like, here's the time to go, and then it all started up again. And I mean, I'm 2 years from my last one where I had rounds going off over my head, and you just think that you're. I had no idea, just like the last one I did, I remember thinking somebody would get out of the truck and just start going at you. When I was turning around, laying on the ground trying to get away, I had no idea what was inside of the apartment, so I'm thinking, oh shit, I didn't even turn around to look at the guys because I know what kind of position we were in.
Right.
Being in there. Somebody in the dark ass apartment just letting it out in a lit doorway, and that's all I thought about. And I kept hearing bullets, I was like, man, I don't know what was coming on. It just felt like they were coming right at us. But it was probably the echo. It was loud.
So, you fall over some stuff that's under the stairway and you get out.
Yeah.
And then you get out to the parking lot. Do you all take cover behind that white Toyota Sequoia?
Well, we helped John. So we got out there and it was on the radio. And Mike had gone out and Mike had fallen in between two cars.
Who evacuated John from there?
He did.
He did.
He got up, he went down, then he got back up.
Okay.
And he was like, how? And Mike took off running and he fell between two cars. John didn't see his dog.
From the moment John got up and got out of that bad area there, were there any more shots?
Okay. From John being right there?
No, so John shot, John returns
No, we
fire.
all left.
Okay, there's no more shots from that point. From the time John is evacuated, when he does it himself,
Yeah.
he gets out.
We all got him out.
Okay, there was no more shots.
It seemed like it had, like I'm under here, you look back and you can see like everybody's like hugging this wall. They're like getting close to this corner right here. And I see John take he gets down. I know I saw him take the first one when he was standing up when he got shot. Because he got shot and that's when he hunched over and he just pow. And then it was like pow. And he went down. And he's like, man, I can't sit right here because he was right in front of the door.
Right.
So he started scooting on his butt toward this wall.
Right.
And then he got back up. But while he was doing that, there was shots. I couldn't tell who was shooting, but there was shots going off. And when he stood up, I was looking at him, almost on his leg, and everybody started running.
Was the shield ever used?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
So you described a break in the shooting. So John shot, like you just say, and then you clearly see him return fire, which obviously he's a shot. He's trying to get out. I mean, I would definitely consider that a fatal flaw.
Yeah.
And then there's multiple shots, and then there's a break.
Yeah.
And then you hear more shots, and you think that
Yeah, I'm thinking
being shot at?
Yeah, I think we're being shot at.
And so could you see now at that point, so you know if it was shooting from that?
No, I don't know. Everybody had their guns. Everybody had their guns out. He had didn't see Mama shoot, but I was focused on John because, like I said, I was having some major replays in my mind, some shit that I didn't see again, and he was shot, and I wanted to go over and grab him, but then he just got up, and when he got up and started, it was over, like, we all like ran out. I just know that we were going toward a car, and he was running pretty good, and he was wobbling, but I ran to the left of the car, and I see him, and he just like disappears between the two cars. And I go around, I can't avoid falling between two cars. So John didn't see him. John tripped over. And so,
Well, you remember what the two cars it was?
I remember the Toyota Square.
Was it directly, like if you're running out at that little U, was it directly in front of it? Okay, all right.
Because I just remember my Toyota Sequoia, or whatever the color it was, a Toyota Sequoia.
Is that,
I believe.
was it double parked? I want to go back to when you guys were knocking. So you said you knocked several times, and then Maddie was also knocking several times.
Yeah, John and I both.
How long do you think in between each set of knocks? How much time?
I mean, it began as a knock, 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 police. You know, not waiting for who is it. I can hear somebody like, hey, can you please open this, please?
Someone said, who is it? Someone said?
No, I can hear talking, so I just figured I was gonna make some contact. They can hear me, and
So every time you knock?
oh, every time I knock, I said police. I said it's police. Open up, please, because I under the impression there was a female and her kid, and that's when the guy came out and started saying she's a good kid, leave her alone, and all that. And then that's when Brett and Sean talked to that guy, and he started, you know, they knew you got to talk to me that way because they told me to get back in the house. The guy's like, I ain't got anything to tell me to do. I get back in the house. While they were doing that, I was still knocking. You know, I'm still right at the door. Once the guy went in, John said, all right, let's go. Okay. So, when I reached in, hit it. Boom, boom, boom. Police with a warrant. Hit it. First hit was on the door handle, and then after the third hit, it flew over. That's when they hit the third.
So how long do you think you guys were standing there before you started hitting with the ram?
Oh, a couple minutes.
Did you get the intel that there was supposed to be a female or kid? Did you get that from
The brief.
the brief?
Just another, this should be an easy one. I'll never let that be said again.
So after you guys get out of the parking lot, you've got John, and you're trying to get a turn, get on him, and get him in a position. And as I understand it, you're going to put him in that silver Nissan Altima, which is Miles Cosmo's car. Drive him to a safe place where he can be evacuated down to the hospital. Do you return back to the scene just to get your car?
I ran up the opposite sidewalk, so I left the Altima down there because Sean grabbed him and did like this Superman thing over the fence. I mean, it was pretty good, still a good carry because that fence wasn't ripped all the way down.
Right.
And Sean grabbed him and was holding him and got him over the fence, dropped him on the bed. And I said, Tony, you ride with John. I said, Tony, you ride with John. I'll follow. So when you're going back up, I ran the sidewalk.
And Tony,
The right side of the sidewalk.
so the EMS is already there?
Yeah, we had to call him back.
Right.
Because we had EMS on standby. So that was the whole thing. We're like, where in the hell is EMS at? Because we had no idea where they were. We thought they were on our channel. And it took them forever. And they came in the route to where that gate was busted.
Right.
And they couldn't get through it. So the passenger, the EMT that's the passenger got out and was running up. Well, while he was running up, we already had him on the trunk. So he met us about halfway, and he ended up running behind. We're like, let's go. So when we get down there, the damn EMS wagon's driving off. Then we'll go back up and come around.
Right.
And we're like, man, get on the radio and tell them to come back. And John's screaming at him. I was like, man, tell his ass to come back. Finally, they did. I mean, like a minute. He went about 300-400 yards and figured it out till we went back down there.
Did you roll it?
I got out of Miles' car and I ran up the opposite side of the parking lot, you know, on the right side. Came up this side of the sidewalk. I ran straight up, got in my truck. And I met the wagon that pulled out. Is that St. Andrew's Church? Yeah, man. I waited. There's all kinds of car cars in there. I was waiting for him to finally pull out, and then there was the third division officer who was going to be the lead. He led, and I just followed him.
When you were running back to your truck, did you happen to notice anyone on the scene?
No.
Did you see anybody? Did you anybody?
I ran with my body underneath cars. I was scrunched all the way down.
On the sidewalk?
Yeah, I ran by one of us that was posted up over a car, but I couldn't tell who it was.
Okay.
I was running up saying, shoot, because I was hauling ass to get to my truck.
At that point, did you only know that Mattingly and Cosgrove fired weapons?
No, I had no idea who was firing.
Well, I mean, but you said you saw John fire, you saw Miles fire.
I saw
But
Miles
as far as you knew at that point, you didn't know anybody else? Okay. So you get down to the hospital. Who's down here with you? So it's you, Tony, obviously Mattingly. That's it.
I mean, permit, but here,
Right.
the health and safety officer in Maryville was there. Kim, manager program, could call me about halfway down. She was real upset. Tony and I went in room 9 with him. He was good spirits. He was pumping blood bad. We sat room 9, Kim came in and I said, well, we're going to take him to surgery when they did that. I'm not sorry. Let loose a little bit. Talked to a couple of detectives.
To kind of go back, make sure we got covered. The only people that were on the scene before, and during, when you guys were serving the warrant, attempted to serve the warrant, was you, Sergeant Mattingly, Miles Cosgrove, Tony James, Lieutenant Hoover, Brett Hankinson, and Mike Campbell. No one else. And was there your understanding that, based off the briefing, is that there was a female with potentially a small child in that apartment? And it was, I think I've heard people say that they considered it a soft target location.
Yeah, we were told that it is a no-knock warrant, and we were there for, the suspect possibly stored some double the money at that place because he had some packages put there, and to look for some labels, and obviously John and I were put there because we're on the parcel unit, so we could look for that type of evidence, and that's what it's supposed to be.
You said Campbell was the guy, so how long was he there?
I really don't know. Hours.
Okay. And did he ever relay any kind of information that he saw anything, any kind of movement, like coming and going?
If he did, I don't know. I didn't leave my radio. I didn't turn my radio on until we got to the truck and ran around.
Were you surprised? Well, was everyone surprised when they went to come up to make entry that there was a white SUV parked? Where was that?
Yes.
Was there any talk about, did it break down as far as communication or whatever? Because I've also been told that, I guess, that you all cleared that SUV before. Okay.
John did. That's just what we do.
Right.
Right. John cleared it. And we asked see if anybody was in it. Maybe see so we didn't take time to run the tag or anything because we weren't really briefed on a male being there because the suspect was definitely on scene limit because they knew he was there.
Right.
There's just no reason to believe it'd be anything different.
Is there anything that we haven't asked you that you think is important to know?
will you tell me the truth to the best of your knowledge? We'll conclude the statement time is 13:30.
Okay, are there any questions about that? Yes, sir.
So he talked to the main suspect was there.
Now, he thought, they heard that the main suspect was not Elliot Avenue, that was another officer. As far as his brief report, well, he just told us that, female, a woman and a child.
Very close on the child. Children. Anything else? What was a significant delay in the time? We started hearing some voices out talking. They actually talking. So when we say it's all right, I can see it. We didn't have time to look at it. He was on the television talking. It was just over the jail. It's a TV in the room, but what not, it's just the one in the area.
Any questions about this?
Okay, our next interview we're going over, listen to, is Detective Tony James. I conducted that interview at our location in Frankfurt on September the 11th.
This is Detective Jeff Fogg with the Attorney General's Office. It is September 11, 2020 at 2:54 p.m. We're speaking with Tony James. Also present in the room is his attorney, Evan Spalding, and Assistant Attorney General Barbara Breonna. Detective James, can you say spell your first name, please?
Sure. Anthony, A-N-T-H-O-N-Y. Last name is James, J-A-M-E-S.
And Detective James, how long have you been on Little Metro Police Department?
Approximately 20 years. In October, will be 20.
And as of March this year, what was your assignment?
I was in the criminal intervention or the narcotics unit.
How long have you been in that assignment?
I went back to that. I guess I've been there maybe around 2 years. I've been back there. I've been there before.
Who was your supervisor?
Sergeant Hamilton.
Okay, on the night in question, March 13th, you all were assigned to execute a search warrant at 2003 Springfield Drive. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Who all was on that? Some of this may be redundant, but who all was assigned on that particular duty that night?
From what I understood, from who I saw that was going there was myself, Sergeant Manning, Lieutenant Hoover, Miles, Detective Cosgrove, Detective Hankinson, and Detective Mike Kimball, I believe.
Okay. What was your role when on the execution of that warrant at the apartment? What was your role going to be?
I was just in the staff with everybody.
We'll get to the staff in a minute, but did you carry the shield?
Yes, I did.
Bunker, as you call it,
Yes.
in your other interview?
Yes.
Okay, what was the staff? How was the staff formed? I'm familiar with the police, but please break it down for us.
Sergeant Hangley was the VO officer and the one that was in first. I was to his left by the door. Then I think behind him was I think Lieutenant Hoover was right behind him. And then I believe behind him was Detective Cosgrove, and I think Detective Hankinson, and then Detective Campbell.
Who had the ring?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot, Detective Nobles.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and like I said, we read the transcript of your interview.
Yes, I forgot about it.
And we're going to try to get a little bit of detail on specifics, because I know that was a dramatic night, so I kind of got some of the names.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Detective Nobles, he had one.
Yes, he did.
So, what time did you all arrive? I know approximately, I know.
I honestly, I'm thinking like right around 12:30 or so, maybe somewhere.
Like when you get there, and you all staged back together before, was the lighting in the hallway, I mean, in the foyer area, was the lights on?
Yeah.
Operational?
Yes.
Okay, was everybody wearing carrying a flashlight, operational flashlight?
I believe they were.
On that shield, we'll go over the shield later, but do those lights work on the shield too?
So not all the time, no.
Okay, so Sergeant Manley's first. I assume you take your nobles off the sides. He's got the other sides. He's got
Correct.
Okay, so hit the door. How many times does it take before we go in?
I want to say, well, before the door was hit, I mean, we were announcing police, search warrant, police. I know I said it several times, and I heard other people saying it as well. I want to say maybe 2 to 3 hits. I can't 100% tell you.
Okay, in your PIU interview, you had said something to the effect that someone upstairs, a civilian, had commented about you all.
That's when we were walking up, and we got in, and where I was positioned, can I reference that?
Is that better?
Yeah, can I reference that? Do you care?
No,
Please, let's go there. And trying to speak up to the sound of you.
This larger picture here, when we came in, I was all the way back over by this door over here.
Okay.
As far back as I could get back in there. And then when the stop, it was like right here coming out. That's when we were announcing, police, and I believe John had knocked, or was getting ready to knock, or maybe he'd already knocked a couple of times. I think he'd already knocked. When somebody from upstairs, and I never saw the guy because I was all the way up there, all I could do was hear him, said, "Hey, what are y'all doing? Quit messing with that girl, leave that girl alone," something to that effect. And then also back here addressed the guy.
Do you know which officers did? Like, I know you're out the door, but can you tell who's speaking with it?
I know Detective Hankinson said something to the guy up there.
Okay.
And I think somebody else said something to police or whatever. And we all had our vests on with police. The vests all had police all over and everything. I mean, all you had to do was look and see that it's obviously unusual.
So you guys are here, is Noble here?
No, Nobles is on. Let me show you on this one, I'm sorry. Nobles is on this side.
You guys are here.
I'm on that side, and I'm actually kind of covered down on these doors here. Because I don't know if they're friend or foe. I don't know if they're connected to this. I don't know. I have no idea. So I'm watching this, and one reason I'm watching this too is, when you're knocking and announcing, a lot of times, especially in apartments, you'll have other people open the doors because they just hear knocking. And so a lot of times, in the past, I have been able to go, smell them, I'm like, "Hey, police, we're good. Please go back inside," and address them or whatever. And so that was one of the things, because I was kind of cramped back into this, like with my back against this corner, basically. And then, when the next one over there.
Okay, so right here, I go back to the light.
Yeah.
When you're here, you're over here,
Yes.
Noble's here.
Yes.
Is the
Yeah,
foyer lit?
it's lit up.
As far as it can be at the front.
Yeah, there was lights there, and there was lights way upstairs.
And was everybody wearing something police insignia?
Oh yeah, everybody had tactics that I recall.
Okay, were you issued a light?
Yes,
Did you have it on that?
it did not activate. I hid it in the car, but it did not. I did not know that it did not activate. But it was rigged up, ready to go.
who got it going?
I did.
Wow, okay.
Okay.
I did.
So, no visit 2 or 3 times. Your office.
Yes.
Then, another expert from the jail to try to explain, but please do the best you can. The door opens, sit down.
Door opens, Detective Sergeant Manley is just right at the door, like he might have had like a foot at the threshold.
Right, before we stop it, was there a light on here in this hallway? Was the lights off?
I don't remember. I don't remember because honestly, from my vantage point right here, all I can see, like if you take that door, all I can see was like that field of view, like just a little bit of field of view. And I don't know if there's, I couldn't really, it was so dark that I couldn't see anything other than that right.
Door comes open, madly, is he still yelling police?
Yeah, police search warrant, and I've got a very loud, grasping voice, and when I'm yelling loud, you're gonna hear it. And oftentimes, not just do I yell at that door, I'll yell to this door to let everybody know it's the police, it's the search warrant, there's overhead. So I'm yelling back here, yelling at that door, yelling back here, and he steps in, and as soon as he steps in, I hear gunfire.
Okay. Before we get started, did you hear any voices from inside the apartment?
Saying no.
Okay.
I didn't really. I think I remember hearing. I don't know if it was Sergeant Manley or if it was Nobles said he heard something about the door or somebody about the door. I thought he said I heard a comment or something like that, maybe. But I can't 100%.
So, door opens, you hear a shot.
Yes. And then John returns fire.
Okay. So this is a little bit devil's in the details.
Okay.
Is John in did he step into the apartment, did he get shot? Is he halfway in?
No, it literally is, to my recollection, he might have a foot right there.
Okay. So once the shot goes off, where does Nolan go? Best you remember.
When I saw him at the end, he was all the way back underneath here in a crouched position underneath the steps.
Okay. So Nolan backs up, crawls a little bit.
Yes.
Does Manley step back? Does he go down?
No, he returns fire, goes back, and I don't know if that was the time he's like, I'm hit, and then goes.
Stop right there. We're trying to get the breakdown of what everybody does. I know it's hard, believe me.
Right.
So, who's right behind Maddie and stuff?
I believe it was Lieutenant Hoover.
Where did Lieutenant Hoover go?
I don't know. I know when Sergeant Manley made his way back, and as he was going, I know that I saw Lieutenant Hoover right here beside him.
Okay. So who's behind Hoover?
I think it was being Detective Cosmo Fisher.
What does he do?
Apparently he steps up, but I don't really see him do that because what I see is John's going back, John's down on the ground.
So are you watching him or are you watching the front door still?
I completely tunnel vision on John because I knew, honest to God, I thought he was hit where the was. I thought he was hit because when that first round came, it was intensely loud. It was loud to the point that I thought it was some kind of assault attack, truthfully. It just echoed.
You saw Manley return fire.
Yes.
Where was he? When you returned fire, what was he doing?
He was right here at this door. No, he was just standing there.
Return fire.
Returning fire.
And where was, at that point, you were still in the corner?
I'm still in the corner.
Okay. So, we don't know what Cosmo did, and it's you.
Yeah.
Who's behind you?
No, I'm still in this corner.
Okay. Let's back up. So get step. Let's go through talks. Where's your take behind us now?
He's like back here in the stack back in here. He's at the end back in here. Like I heard before, Detective King.
Okay. So you're focusing on John.
Sergeant Manley goes, he goes down.
Now, when you go down, where is he? In the middle of the doorway or where?
Well, yeah, he's kind of in between, but he's scooting himself back, trying to get back. And he gets back, you know, a little bit further back from the doorway. And that's when he's still returning fire. And I see him returning fire as he's scooting back. And I bent down and I wanted to get the shield in between him and that, where those rounds are coming out of my perception of where the danger is. So as I try to go down before he's, you know, finished returning fire, I go down and I'm like, he's going to shoot me in the head, returning fire if I get down there, or they're going to shoot me. So I couldn't really get to him, so I don't know if I holstered, but I think I did, and I was trying to grab him and yank him to me.
You're still over here, right?
I'm all in the corner the entire time. This entire time I'm over in this corner.
Well, this is going on. You decide whether to pick help man over the other.
Right.
Is anybody, any other officer shooting, returning fire at this time?
And at this time, I could not tell you. All I could tell you is I saw Sergeant Mattingly, and my whole focus was on him. I'm hearing, when I'm in the auditory, I'm hearing gunshots, but I couldn't tell you who was returning fire at that time. All I could tell you was John was there, and I saw the blood going out of his.
Okay. So, at some point, somebody comes in and shoots into one of the officers.
Right.
Shoots into the apartment.
And
who do you think it was?
Well, later on I figured out that it was Detective Cosgrove, but I couldn't tell you 100%. I saw him moving up, but I couldn't tell you 100%.
And all during the kid, you saw his hands.
Yes, and I didn't.
Okay, that night, I understand you were stressed and everything. What in your mind thought was hanging at that point?
Well, I saw Dickinson kind of move up when that happened. I think.
Are you still in the corner with that?
Oh yeah. And I think everybody was kind of, you know, the door kind of open, everybody's in motion to go, and boom, it happens, and they're, you know, repositioning out of the fire's coming in. And I don't know if he came up and shot there or what. Like I said, I saw just a brief of the stack. He goes down, I start working on it.
Can you say specifically, did you see Detective Cosgrove or Detective? You found out things later, is that right?
No.
Did you see that does Cosgrove or Hankinson actually shoot?
Not really.
In the door.
Not really.
You just heard.
I heard rounds, I heard balls of fire.
Okay, so let's continue on with it. So you got me pulled badly out to the corner, best you could.
Well, I never got a hold of him.
Okay.
I never got a hold of him, so all this is going on. I'm trying to get him. He scoots himself over away from me. I back up because the entire time with this, I don't know what this looks like inside. So I'm thinking any minute rounds are going to come through this drywall and kill me and hit me. So the entire time I'm just over back here. And then when he scoots over, it was like a group thing. They like grabbed him. He goes out and everybody starts moving.
Who's everybody? Everybody? Hankinson and you?
I can't tell you. I don't know.
Yeah, did he get back up himself and walk?
Well, yeah, I think he had somebody to help him. I think he got up and they were making their way. And honestly, I can't tell you exactly who all was with him. But there was nobody, it was the whole group moving.
So, did you put the tourniquet on it?
Yes, sir.
Was that after it moved or before?
It was after we moved. We got out and I made my way back to him.
Okay, so after they moved, started battling kind of away from the area, what's going on in the apartments there?
Well, it's all like one fluid motion. Like they move, gunfire was going on, John's moving. As they move John back, I'm in the corner and the picture's kind of deceiving. I'm still tucked back in the back and all I can see is that. And I moved further back. I'm probably more like right in this area maybe.
Okay, between the other two apartments?
Yeah, kind of. And I can't see. I see a little bit more maybe.
You hear anything in the apartment? Anybody talking? Anybody screaming?
No.
Anybody doing anything?
I'm not hearing anything. As they make their way, I was getting ready to go, and I'm like, man, I've got to wait to cover this threat because I know bullets are coming out here. I don't know how many.
Well, shots still going. You still be able to keep your shoot?
I'm not hearing it just yet. I think I can't really recall that part of it, other than when they're making their move and they get close to the end of the sidewalk, that's when I'm like, I've got to go. I can't stay here. I don't know what's in here, and I've got to go, and I've got to get out there, because I knew I had to turn it, and I had to get to John. Because he said, I'm hitting my football, I'm pretty sure. You know, he's like, I think I'm hitting my football. And I knew I had to get to him. So that was what I was saying.
I'm trying to pass the time, because time's fleeting in those types of situations. But anytime, when you heard, after you had the first shot from inside the apartment, manually returned first fire, and there was other officers shooting, whoever they were.
Right.
Was there a pause? Was it kind of continuous? Was there like a pause, then it started back up, or can you speak to that?
From what I can recall, it was like 3 consecutive, like when it started, it just all kept going, like all kind of together, is what I remember. But it was like 3, like I could see, like in my hearing, I could hear like 3 times from returning, you know, like pop, 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 pop.
So, was Cosgrove part of the bunch that moved, started manually back?
I think he was. I think he was in with that group.
Lieutenant Hoover?
I know Lieutenant Hoover. I saw Lieutenant Hoover had all of them. Sorry.
Was Noble part of it, or was he still underneath the stairwell?
You know, I can't really tell where he was. I think he was moving with everybody, but I can't.
So after Sergeant Manley's moved back, you're kind of the only one there underneath the stairwell.
Well, not necessarily. Like right here, I probably moved out just a little bit because I wanted to see where they were going with Sergeant Manley.
So you moved immediately. At some point, you decided you need to get the tourniquet to Sergeant Manley.
Yes, sir.
Is somebody there still to watch the front door? Or did you yell to somebody, hey, no, watch the front door?
No, there was nobody. When I exited out, there was nobody there.
When you exited out, you brought in the car from the curb there, did you start hearing still shots?
I thought I heard shots when I was running by the door. When I was running by the door is what I thought. I thought I heard shots by the door when John was making, you know, when they weren't all the way to the end of the sidewalk, but they were.
But it didn't cause you to react like that?
Yeah. Oh, I thought I was hit, and I think what happened is during the whole melee of all that, I think I ran into that door.
Okay, well, let's go with this.
Because I had pain in my eye.
So you're leaving here to get Manley the tourniquet.
Yes.
And where do you think you're at when you kind of dive around to?
Well, honestly, I was by the door, and I was like, I can't stay here, and I said a prayer.
We can hear the shot.
Well,
That's what
yeah, I had one.
You got here, or you still down here?
No, I was by that doorway somewhere in there, I'm thinking, or somewhere in motion.
Okay.
I can't tell you 100%.
So after you get to Manley and you don't put the tourniquet on, when does everything quiet down completely at the apartment?
I wasn't.
I know you don't leave. How far away from him were you from the apartment when you applied the tourniquet?
Oh, probably 75 feet.
Good distance then.
Yeah, like if you come out here to the parking lot, there's a sidewalk, then a normal apartment, like a complex, and there's cars parked, and then there's a walkway, and there was a car that was double parked out there, like a white car of some sort. I thought it was one of us, but it wasn't. But it's a white car. When I came out, I took wide right because I knew that there was windows here, and I was afraid if I ran right past it, I could get shot in the back of the head. So I ran real far right, came back around, stopped to check myself because, like I said, I think I backed into the door during the beginning of it, and I just had a bad sort of pain in my back, and I thought I might have got hit through this drywall or whatever, and I just now I'm feeling it. But I checked myself, I was okay, and then I made my way to Sergeant Manley, and they were all behind that white man, like behind the tire.
When was the last time you saw, before you left to go assist Sergeant Manley, when was the last time you saw him take the paint?
He was, the last time I had a visual on him, he was covering the front of the building maybe from another car or from that white car. All I remember, I just,
What were you doing? Were you still in the stairwell? Or were you
no, I was behind, like if this was the car, this was the tire, I'm working on John like this. And he was laying there.
Take your time, take your time.
Doing some water to him. He's laying there and he looks at me. And I think it says, oh my God, I'm gonna let you die. And I put the drink in. We were trying to get the EMS wagon there. And the EMS people didn't come in the right entrance. So when you look down that thing, there's a fence, and I'm in a giant fence. And I see the EMS come in, and I'm like, you know, how are we going to get him over the thing?
At that point, you try to do the fence or something?
Yeah, they run over it. An officer runs over it, and I go and I'm trying to scoot it to get it lower so we can get it sort of manually in that EMS wagon.
Take a drink, we'll take just a quick break so we can kind of do it. Let's look back. We're trying to, I know you can't, let's go concentrate back on, back to things started happening. Best you can remember, take a second. What did Detective Caldwell do the best you can, specific actions, the best you can remember after the shooting, after the door was open?
I want to say, when I was working on John, he actually went and got his car and pulled it up, maybe. I think his car was pulled up here, and we were just going to put John in the car and drive, because it was forever. I mean, it was forever getting them there, and they were quarter mile away.
Let's back up even before that. I know that was after you were trying to get some attention to John, but there were a few seconds, moments.
I think they were covering the front, but I can't say for sure because I don't know.
On the fact that you were not in the back, but you were toward the back. You
right.
Could kind of see. And I don't believe me. I'm trying to.
Yeah, like when I came out of there and I made my run over to the side, I was pretty far out.
Yeah.
I was probably a basketball court probably away from it.
Oh, I'm still trying to put together the pieces of what happened underneath the floor.
Okay.
Not because I know. I'm not articulating myself. I apologize. So you're there, door goes in, a shot comes out, Madeline fires a couple times, he kind of staggers back, you're kind of messed down, but it's clear that, officers ahead of you have gone somewhere.
Yeah, they moved up.
Yeah.
Apparently, but I can't.
You can't speak to specifically whether
Like I said, I saw them moving up, but he went down, and where you're at was what I would consider Detective Cosgrove. That was the last visual I had of him. And then manually goes down, he scoots back, and that's it.
Well, this is something
Focused on him.
This is something that after you told me what happened a minute ago. When Madeline goes down, he comes back, he got speed shot, he goes, kind of staggers back, falls down. You're here with the shield, you're kind of hesitant to go if you don't get shot in the hand or the back, whatever people in the other department. Is anybody at this point, returning fire that you know specifically back into the department? Madeline's like done.
I'm here at Brennan's.
Because you're kind of like, you said you're watching some part of
The entire time, when he goes down, I see Detective Cosgrove and Hankinson right in that area. I see them moving up, and all I do is focus on him.
But you don't know at
into who shot through there, or if anybody goes around and say?
I don't know. I really don't.
What did you notice the phone last hole was shattered?
I don't even know if maybe I didn't see it out there when I was working on John maybe. I saw it out in the parking lot. And I didn't know that till later. I thought maybe they had fired out through those windows at us. I didn't know.
Did you did hear a break, and that's when you took the opportunity to cross over the door, the volleys?
No, no, when I saw what keyed me to run and get with them was the fact that I saw that they had him pretty much almost to the parking lot. So that's when I took off.
Okay, well, this is transcript of your PID, and you can see you're telling the whole story non-stop here. So what in here is when you're talking about when you left.
Okay.
And see what says the volleys stopped. And then again, they went back over it with you at the very end.
Okay.
And again, he
I guess it was when it.
let's find that at the very end. Let's see. So they're asking you.
Yeah, right here I sit, right here I sit, and they drag me in the corner instead of going into the line of fire or going in front of the window, going out that way. When I run, I hear.
Yeah, so when you're running out, you had a chance to run out, because you said the body stopped earlier.
Okay.
And as you're running out, and maybe you're wide turn, you're still hearing fire.
No. The only time that I've heard the fire that I can remember when I'm saying that is when I'm running in that hallway.
Is that when you kind of
Yes.
crouch down? So after you left underneath After you got made some distance away from the building, did you hear any shots fired?
I don't think it did. I don't believe it did.
And why did you make a dive turn? Just to avoid anything?
Because when I came out here, I knew all this was here, and I didn't want to go in front of that so they could, shoot me. So I turned right and ran far out of the parking lot and then came back to where they were at.
And then put Sergeant Manley down behind the vehicle?
Yes, for cover.
And you, after you went to the Sergeant Manley, you went with him to the hospital?
Yes,
You didn't go back to the...
No. No. I stayed with him and kept doing stuff to him even in the back of the EMS wagon because the EMS guy was just kind of in shock. And so I had to take my vest off and I started, he was still bleeding even with the tourniquet on. And I got the guy to give me a bunch of galls and I started grabbing his leg and galls.
Did anybody have a body camera on that night that you know of? That was at
I don't know.
You thought you were on?
I don't believe so, but I can't tell you for sure.
That was two things there that I think you were back on. You said you don't believe that anybody else had more money.
I don't believe it.
Yours was.
I did, yeah.
Okay. In your recollection now, do you think there were two volleys? There was a break in the volleys?
No, I mean, it was,
Would you have had better, you think you would have remembered better on March 13th?
that night, yes, ma'am.
Because you did tell them there was two volleys.
Yes, ma'am. That's, I'll be real honest with you. I've had a lot of dreams and a lot of things going on. I'm not in any way trying to be dishonest or not be forthcoming.
And here's this last one I want to show you. So they were able to got the two volleys, as you said.
What do you mean so bad?
Yeah.
That would be most accurate.
And so it continued till you got to the sidewalk.
I believe so.
What page you on?
It's page 31. On page 30, he was asked to put a time frame on the time between the volleys, and he said seconds. On 35 or 30. Then 31, almost like the time it would take to reload the magazine, maybe. That's what he said, the time between the volleys. And then on to line 1370, and it just continued all the way until I got to the other sidewalk, the shooting. Did you say with the shield, you had your gun drawn? Okay, so did you kind of show about that?
And talk me through the way to it would be like this. I would have it on my side.
Okay.
And then Sergeant Allen was on the ground. I was trying to, I was wanting to get it pointed down lower, but he was returning the fire.
Right. that looks like the shield you have.
Yes.
So that's how you do it. Ours, with my previous life, ours was held up, and the straps, our straps are like,
Yeah, this, it goes up.
okay.
I think we talked about everybody, but when you said Campbell was under the steps,
No, I believe that was Detective Nobles. I saw him under the steps.
do you remember what Campbell was?
He was at the end of the stop the last time I saw him. And honestly, as they were all kind of going out with John, I
I'll
lost
tell you,
him.
at some point I read somewhere, Manley says when he's backing up, he backs over somebody, falls over somebody.
I think that was out of the parking lot.
Yeah.
I think
Was
that
it, no, was it one of you guys, was that?
I think actually it was Detective Campbell. I think Campbell had fell going running back. And I think that's where Sergeant Hanley hit him, ran over or something.
Mr. Spalding? Anything else that might be, you kind of see where we're going with these questions, anything else maybe that might be relevant to what we're talking about? As far as timing, shots, any individual actions by the investigators or any of the detectives that
Not that I can think of.
all right. This seems like you would take the name, it's now 15:33.
Any questions about that? Yes, ma'am.
Can you kind of read back to me as the what you said about his body cam?
We don't have a transcript of this, but what he did say, he thought he activated it. But he said it didn't come on.
Did he leave it? Okay, so he did have it on.
Yeah, he had it on his person, but he did not have it activated. He says he thought he activated it. And one note about the shield, there for a second, you can hear us kind of, this is how it works. That particular shield that we saw a picture of earlier, that instead of a vertical shield was up there like that, it had like, it was a horizontal. It laid this way. The straps were kind of, put your arm first and do this way. It's long, horizontal, this way.
I'm just confirming what I think you said. It was on his side, it was manually first, and it was against that. He was the third one that with the shield, and the powers for
I think he was saying Campbell like back here. He's here. Haley's here. He's here.
Who's third?
And I think, does he mention?
I only went to the girl.
He said that.
He said because he was tucked over in the corner, and then behind that was Hoover, and then Higginson, and then Campbell.
And I apologize, we don't have a transcript, I apologize, we don't have that laid on this particular review.
And then they kind of moved.
And then my last question, was he the last one to leave from that?
According to his statements, Sergeant Madley kind of staggers, just pulls his box where he does from here. They ran him by the car, by the white SUV we saw earlier. He decides, oh, they need my tourniquet, and at some point he just takes off. Nobles was underneath the stairwells at some point, but I think Nobles had already gone by now.
No, that hit that stairs.
He's not underneath the stairwell.
Yeah.
And he's over. Nobles was over here. By the time Detective James leaves, he's already gone. Because he's over here helping attend to Sergeant Madden. Any other questions? Yeah, I say, at some point, it says Hoover's back with Hanks. So the exact positioning of these officers, these detectives, let's say, everything you've had heard today, you've got a different perspective. Which is not unusual. Something like that happens, so like that, look at the same thing, different.
So, how do you determine assault started into, let's just take it away.
Well, as a matter of practice, this is something that's in general terms. If no knock or knock, if you've got a search warrant to search a premises, if these officers, you have a right to enter that. There's maybe some ideal ways or better ways of doing things, I don't know in there. But at some point, they decided to enter the apartment. There may have been different ways to do that, I'm not going to get into that. But a legal search warrant signed by judge, they have the right to search premises. Any other questions?
Do you all have, would you like to do another interview? Let's go off the record now. It's 5 p.m. exactly.